Don't be shy. Come up on this chat. Let me see you. Let me know that you're here. Okay, what's up? What's up, Kim? How are you? Kim Shady. Yes, I love that Sierra song. Click, 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 flash. You're beautiful, baby. It's such a girly girl, happy song. I love it so much. I love it so, so much. So, I want to get started, but I would like more people I would like to see you here before I got 28 seconds left. So who else is around? What's up to Kim again? Who else is lurking? I see I got some people in here, but what's up? All right. If you're new, please check out my videos, my shorts, my lives. I've been posting a lot more shorts, and that's been a lot of fun. That's been a whole lot of fun, and I plan on doing that a lot more. And today, oh, hold on. Okay, that was making some noise. So today I'm answering some questions from you. Now, I have to admit, these questions are from a long time ago, and I'm sure some of you thought I probably forgot about them. I checked my community section, but I did talk about some of the topics you brung up already, but I didn't write anything down. I'm going to be looking at these questions. This is fresh and organic, looking at these topics and questions you wanted me to talk about. So I decided to just talk about it today. And if any of you want to ask me any more questions about anything, any topics, you can do so in the chat and I will share my opinion. Okay, so give me a second. So when you see how long ago some of these questions are, you're like, really? But I do answer. I just did Ask Me Anything the other day. So, but I was looking through my community section and I said, you know what? Let me answer some of this. Okay. Even though I have in other videos. Okay. So give me a second. Let's start off. Let's see. All right. I have no idea what, let's see. Okay. Forgive again. I see, how long ago some of the questions were, but I have talked about them before already, but I decided to directly answer them now. Okay. Okay, so let's start off. Someone you wanted, I'm not going to say all the names. You wanted me to talk about hypergamy, marriage, femininity, self-preservation, mental illness, abusive relationships, self-esteem issues, and travel. These were topics that you wanted me to talk about, and I've spoken about a little bit of them, but let's just talk about them today. Okay, let's start off with hypergamy. Hypergamy is I looked up hypergamy, and hypergamy actually started, they said, in India, where farmers, rural families that live in rural towns in India would send their daughters off to the big cities so that they could have access to a better life and access to better men. Hypergamy is just when you date up. It doesn't mean he has to be rich. It doesn't mean he's wealthy. It just means he's in a better position. Let's say you make $40,000 a year. Well, he makes $60,000 a year. That's still hypergamy, at least to me, because you make $40,000, he makes $60,000. $60,000 is not rich, but it's more than what you make. Usually, hypergamy you don't have to work. You can be a stay-at-home mother. He can afford to take care of you and the children. So that's what it just means, dating men who can give you more of a better life, you and your children, joining together. I don't know, you usually don't hear about women practicing hypergamy working the 50-50 thing, no. But you could, I guess, still, if the man, it's basically he just makes more than you financially, a lot of different areas with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Most men who are honest, they prefer to make more than their women on average anyway. A lot of men. But it just means you're not procreating with bums, basically, because this is your future. Everything matters. And the older you get, the more you realize that your whole life and future is in the hands of this man. That's just what it is. Who you join with will determine your future. If you are with a man who doesn't have anything, you're more than likely not going to live in a certain area. You're not going to have a house. You're probably going to live in an apartment. Your children will not have, unless he moves up. See, a man can always move up versus a woman. We get pregnant and stuff and busy doing housework. You don't always have time. A man can always go and get a certificate, go back into, I mean, he has to work too, but if you join with a man who doesn't do anything, you more than likely are going to live in the apartment complex. Your children will not have what they need. They won't be able to have extracurricular activities. You won't be able to travel places you want to go to. You're not going to always have access to the type of food you want to eat that might be better food. You won't be able to go shopping when you want to. You're not going to live that kind of life. And to me, that's not even a rich life all the time. I mean, just a nice life. Oh, hey, Monas. Hey, Fire Dragon. So, and the thing is, with hypergamy in India, it was their fathers who was practicing it, wanting their daughters to have better men. So there's nothing wrong with that. You'll have people in society who'll say, oh, hypergamy is being a gold digger. I don't think so. There's nothing wrong with a woman wanting a husband or a life partner because she's more than likely 9 times out of 10 going to get pregnant. Children are not cheap. So there's nothing wrong with wanting a man that can provide for you and children. Not only that, but what they need, because in school they're making you pay for everything. Everything now. What they need and what they want, That's just reality of life. Okay, so women need to stop feeling guilty from wanting a partner who can provide for you. If you want to work, it should be an option for you. Some women want to work. Some women enjoy working, but not having the stress like, okay, I'll work, but when I get paid, I get to buy this and that. I go shopping. Oh, maybe I'll use this money for a vacation. We're going on a trip or something. Not feeling those stresses. Okay. Marriage. How do I feel about marriage? I think marriage is important, but now that I'm older, I just feel like if you want to get married, get married. If you are 2 consensual adults and you don't want to be married, you don't have to be married. Would I prefer people to be married, even myself? Yes. But in life, and what we see here, that's not always happening. If you want to be married, stop dating men who don't want to get married. If you run across men who say, because I've met them, marriage is just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper. That just lets you know right then and there, he don't plan on marrying you. He doesn't find it to be important. So when you meet a man who says, it's the government is in my business, it's just a piece of paper. This man has a social security card. Is he that important that the government needs to spy on him because you wifed a woman up? It's just a bunch of excuses. So if you know you want to be a wife, stop wasting and going out on dates with men who make it very clear and give you hints they don't even care about marriage or they're not interested in marriage. Date for marriage with marriage-minded men. If you don't care about marriage, then okay. But most women of all races, when we were little, you dreamed of having a beautiful wedding, wearing a beautiful gown, your hair and makeup done, a pretty cake, people close to you at the wedding, being able to wave your hand, being able to say, oh, I have to call my husband. Oh, this is my husband, such and such. Oh, yeah, we've been married such and such years. I mean, listen, a lot of women like it. But I also think that women need to stop getting married just because you want to be married. That exists too. When you are a wife, you are a wife. This is not just your boyfriend. And there are women out there who don't understand that. You know, I see people ready to just throw away stuff over the tiniest things. It's like, you don't understand. Did you really want to be a married person? I'm not saying to stay in miserable relationships. You know, I believe in trying to work it out, going to counseling. If it's irreplaceable, not irreplaceable, if it can't be fixed and I've given my all, then I'll walk away. But you know, when children are involved, it's not always as easy too. But I don't believe in being miserable. I don't believe in that too. And there are plenty of people who suffer through marriages and they don't even like or their partner. They're absolutely miserable. And that's no way to live either. I can see if you tried to work it out, you talked about it, you tried, and it just doesn't improve and you're miserable. I don't support that. I don't support being in miserable marriages. Okay. Femininity. Well, femininity is not, again, it's not just how you look. It is also how you carry yourself as well. But how you look also is femininity too. I don't care what anybody tells you. You can be the sweetest woman in the world, but if you're walking around looking like you just don't give a damn about yourself, you don't attract men. And men will tell you over and over they're visual. And you can say, well, I don't care what men want. Well, you don't want a man then. I'm sorry to say this to you. You say you don't care. Well, how are you going to attract them? Men talk a good game, but a lot of them don't care about your personality. That ain't the first thing they're looking at when they are attracted to you and want to talk to you. The first thing they usually, 9 times out of 10, is usually, do I think she's cute? And did she catch my eye? Even if he does talk to you, unfortunately, some of them will keep comparing you to other women or they'll drop hints and stuff. I can't stand men like that. If I'm not your type, stop wasting my time because I don't deserve to suffer. I don't deserve to suffer with insults, with you comparing me to other women, trying to see what your friends think about me, all that other craziness. Absolutely not. And it's the same thing with women. If you're not attracted to the man, you can't, for me, I know I'm attracted. If I can't see myself laying in the bed with you, I'm not attracted to you. If I can't picture this type of stuff, I'm not attracted. You know, if I don't see you in that way. Same like as a man, you know. Hi, I done told you. Yes, I am feminine, but I can be the general too. Y'all seen my other size. What celebrity is most like my type? See, that's a hard thing. I do have one strong type. He is not an actor or a singer. He is an important man in society. He's Middle Eastern. He's my type, hardcore. But I'm not going to talk about him, so we'll stick to celebrities and entertainment. I have 3. So they all, who I'm going to name, they all look different, but they're gorgeous to me. Theo James, Christian Keys. Christian Keys is one of my strong types as far as black men. That's one of my strong types right there, Christian Keys. And I've said that from long ago before he got into the scandal. I always said, why isn't this man more famous? So those are 2 of my types, but they both look different from each other. I'll say I like clean cut men. If he has a beard, I like it to be connected and clean shaven and low cut. I love a Caesar waves, or if he has some hair, it's like cut short. I love a beautiful bone structure and a certain eye shape. Now, Christian Keys and them don't have the eye shape I like the Arab guy does, but But overall, I love a clean cut man with a beautiful, symmetric, gorgeous face and a nice jaw, beautiful eyes, medium sized lips, a little small, medium sized lips, not too big. But I've seen the beauty in all men. To me, it's about a balanced face more than anything. His features have to be proportionate and clean cut. I don't like tattoos all over the body and the face type of thing. I'm 5'9", so I have dated shorter because a lot of men are not always tall. So I can get past it, but it's nothing wrong. Would I like a guy like 5'9" like me? Yeah, 5'9" to 6'4". You know, yeah, a lot of guys have all these tattoos, and I'm not turned on by it at all. Which is, I'm not doing it. I'm not. I mean, I could, but I don't. I don't like it like that. I can deal with like at the max 4 tattoos, but it depends on where it's at. It depends on where they are. Like if you have a face tattoo, it's never happening. I'm not. I don't talk to men with face tattoos and shit like that. Hold on for a second. I'm looking in the chat. Hold on. Or dating other women knowing he likes you instead of something. Okay. Do you know Eric Huxham? No, I've never heard of him. I mean, I could show exactly my type, but I'm keeping him to myself. He is Middle Eastern, I'll tell you that though. Okay. Okay. So, femininity. One thing I feel like is that they have an idea of what a woman should be and what a woman is, and I don't like it. Because when you come out of that, they'll say you're not acting like a lady, you're not acting like a woman. Like a man thinks he can get smart with you with a nasty mouth, but if you give him that same energy, and now I show you, I can have a nasty mouth too. Don't bring it out of me. Then they get upset and say you're not talking like a lady. Well, you're not talking to me like a gentleman. You don't get to walk all over me and talk to me for filth, and you think I have to take it? It's like when they say lower your voice. Ladies don't. I hate stuff like that. Don't tell me what a lady is. I'm a human. And if you disrespect me, I have a right to get just as nasty back with you if I want to. It's just women know to put it in check a little bit more because men are dangerous. That's the only reason. And we also know that our words can cut them if we say certain things. We know, a number of us, that their ego could never handle. That's if it's true. Certain things I don't have to say. What do I think about Drea being pregnant by a 21-year-old? Well, he's not a victim. He's a grown man. Women are calling him a child. He's not a child. That man is full of sperm and semen. He can populate a whole state. He's a full-on grown man physically. He can drink. He can join the army. He's a legal adult. Does that mean that his brain is fully developed as a man? No. But he was hitting it. He was hitting Drea. Drea is a beautiful woman. He knew what he was doing. He knew she was 39, and he wanted it. Now, I'm not against. Look, I see fine men all the time that's younger. Am I gonna lie and say I wouldn't maybe do? I ain't gonna lie up here. But I mean, obviously she wasn't on birth control. He is the age of her oldest son. I don't see her as a full-on predator, but I do feel like you had a lot of options, Drea. I mean, a lot of men closer to your age, even maybe, let's say he's maybe 5 years younger. You had access to a lot of men in the NFL, NBA, who I'm sure even look better and all that and got it going on. Like, I kind of question, why did you settle? You don't want to. I've seen an interview. She ain't getting married to that guy. She ain't even thinking about that. Like, why didn't you talk to somebody else? More established, closer to your age in the NFL. She likes these guys who are athletes. I know she had a lot of options. I ain't trying to hear she didn't. So what was so like spectacular about this 22-year-old? I don't know, but that's between them. And he was hitting it. He knew he had the sperm. He knew what could happen. He ain't that damn young to not know. And she says she's happy now. She always wanted a little girl, and that's what she's having. At the end of the day, these are two grown people. Yes, there is an age difference. I don't. I don't think it's a good look hopping from baby daddy to baby daddy. You know, how many more kids you gonna have by different men? I don't like that. If there's a lot of children by different men, but I think she only had one son. So it's like, I don't see this working with him. Are you gonna go to the next man? You know, I don't know what she's looking for. And that's her business. That's her business. Classy, you said she secured her retirement plan. See, when I hear that, it's like, okay, you're going to get paid child support until he's 18. Then what you going to do after that? You know, when women have kids by men who are rich, it's like, yeah, you'll get paid child support for 18 years. Then what's next? That baby grown. So what you going to do? Are you going to keep getting pregnant by wealthy athletes over and over? Are you going to use the child support money to fund a well-established business? Are you going to use it to get some surgery so you can keep yourself looking good to be able to still get a man? Are you going to get on more reality TV shows? Because once they turn 18, no more child support. So, you know, okay, you said sometimes 21 years. So Drea is like 40. Okay. But after that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if she has a home that's paid for. I always think when women making money in anything, the first thing you need to do when you make big money is you need to buy a house. That's the first thing you do, to me. Buy a house and pay off all your debt, but buy a home so you never have to worry about where you're going to rest your head at. Cerebral, if you met a French man who makes good money and wants to marry you, but he wants you to move to France with him, would you move? I would be willing to. I mean, if I'm going to marry him and he's going to be my husband, I'm willing to move, but I want him to promise that I want to still be able to come back to America, to visit family and stuff like that. I don't want to have to be stuck in France. Especially, I want him to be willing to move to America, too, because I've been hearing some horrible things about French people being racist. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but if I'm not happy there, I want a man who cares enough that he's willing to maybe move to a different location or something. And of course, I like a man who stands up for me. She has a business. Yeah, I know Drea was doing the bikini line type of thing. How can I attract a preppy white guy as a black woman? Well, are you preppy? Being preppy yourself, you probably would attract a preppy white guy. When I think of preppy, I'm thinking like the stereotypical white guy type of thing. Go to the country club, go to a golf event, go to a computer fair type of place. Dress cute and girly, talk to them. Sometimes some of those type of guys will assume the black girl's not interested. Some of them, a little bit of flirting, look your best and talk to them. Talk about things, similar interest type of things, They found Jocelyn in a grave. Are you serious? Are you serious? I'm going to have to look that up. I did not hear that. That is horrible. Are you serious? Oh my God. I just covered her story yesterday. Jocelyn, the 6-year-old girl in South Africa whose mother sold her to a witch doctor. They were looking for her and they found a bloody clothing near where she was at, and they were all looking for her. They said they don't know if she was sex trafficked. Jocelyn Smith, this is in South Africa. Her and her mother and her boyfriend sold the baby for $1,000. Horrible. I'm gonna have to look that up when I'm done with this. I was hoping and praying they would find her alive. Hopefully they give the mother the death penalty and her boyfriend. I won't take this whole world seriously until I see executions happening for people who do this to people. If y'all can't KILL these people, I don't take this world serious. I just don't. I don't know what kind of world I'm living in where this can happen to 6-year-olds and what happened to Mahogany Jackson. And these people get a jail sentence and not an execution. This is not a normal world to me where these people get to roam free, even if they're locked up. Would I live in Africa? I mean, it depends on what part. Number one, I need air conditioner 24 hours and working electricity. A lot of Africa doesn't have that, and I can't live like that. I need access to tampons, and to live like the way I live here. I do hear that Ghana's okay. I'm not going to knock Ghana. I haven't been there. I need to see for myself. South Africa has the highest grape cases in the world and a certain type of disease. Grapists, I don't know about that. Nigeria, I saw a content creator go there and it's like, I don't know about that. Plus the toilet problem they have over there. They don't even have working, half of it doesn't even have working toilets. So I'm not going anywhere in Africa where I would be living like I'm in a huge ghetto somewhere. I'm just not doing it. I don't care if it's Africa. You know, my environment affects my mood. But I'm willing to visit. I can't say it's all like that. You know, I heard Rwanda is better now. One of the cleanest places in Africa. So I don't know. I am not sure. You said Cape Town is stunning like LA. I would have to see it. I would have to see it. Okay. All right. Femininity, self-preservation, mental illness. Okay. Okay. Well, self-preservation is very important. At the end of the day, it's just you. I had that video not long ago. Who are you living for? Because if you're living for other people, you'll always be miserable. You can love people, you can be friends with people, but you can't live your life for other people. You have to think about you. You have to think about you. You can't marry people for other people. I refuse to have somebody tell me who I can procreate with. That's who I have to lay with every night in the bed and make a baby with and make a family with. Self-preservation. Some people might say that's selfishness. I don't think so at all. You know, you have to take care of you. You have to make decisions that's going to affect your life. And it's not always easy, certain decisions you have to make, but it's your life and your happiness and your survival on the line. I don't know what I think about Risa Tisa. I didn't watch her series. But from what I hear, I mean, I don't knock it. Being able to make a 50-part video about something that actually happened to you and engage with people and tell them your story. You know, I think it's great that she got a deal with a talent agency and so much. She definitely gave a lot of creatives a lot of hope with content they want to do. So, you know, I don't think it's nothing bad with Risa Tisa from what I did hear. Mental illness. I think all humans to some degree have suffered from mental illness. Depression is classified a little bit almost like mental illness. Anxiety, PTSD, all types of different forms of mental illness Have I ever been mentally ill in my life before? Yes. I'll just say that. What state do I think is best to live? Oh, my booty hurting a little bit sitting in this chair. I love, well, if you have money, as I don't know, I just heard about the woman in New York whose boyfriend pushed her on the subway tracks and both her feet got cut off. And now they have the National Guard in the subways in Manhattan because it's getting crazy. But despite all of that, if I had money, I would be living there in New York. I don't recommend Atlanta. Too many. It has one of the highest HIV populations in the country. It makes no sense for me to tell black women to go somewhere like that. To visit, yes. To find a man, I don't know about that. A lot of them are gay and bisexual there. I would say maybe places like around the DMV, Maryland, a lot of good government jobs. Some of the best looking black men are in the DMV. Some of the best looking black men is in the DMV. If you like black men. And non-black men, some of the best looking non-black men are in New York. I'm talking models. But I know a lot of black women like black men. That's why I said that. And Charlotte. Even though they say Charlotte is starting to get a little hood, a lot of the New Yorkers are moving to Charlotte now. But around that, I don't always say the South is too hot. It's hot as hell. I don't find the South to be as progressive as the North as far as jobs and culture. And I know some people are not going to like that, but when you're in the North, you get more culture. You have more events. You get better food. You have better transportation if you don't want to drive. It's just completely different. That's if you're a city person. Country life can be nice too. Like if I were rich, I would have my New York apartment. I would also have my country home. I would have probably 4 homes, my country home, my New York apartment, maybe a home in Aspen when I want to go skiing or something. I don't know, something like that. So New Orleans, I've never been and I would like to visit. I'm a little bit afraid of the voodoo culture, and it has an extremely high HIV rate, which is why I don't really think I would want to be in that area. As far as dating men, very good looking men, but I don't know about that. Not saying, look, though it doesn't discriminate, you can live in any state and catch it, but there are certain places that is just a high concentration of people with it, like Atlanta and New Orleans, that I don't know why the black people keep promoting to go to Atlanta when they said parts of Atlanta are worse than Africa with it. Like, what? Like, nah. But that's the South period, the Bible Belt, and a lot of the South, like Mississippi has a high rate of it. Anywhere there's a lot of, I ain't even gonna say it, but I like diversity. I like to be able to have a large amount of different types of men around, of different cultures and phenotypes, and that's usually a city where there's diversity. And I can tell you one thing, those men in New York who are not black are not shy men. They approach, they take you out to lunch, they compliment you, they look good as hell. A number of them, especially those police officers in New York, fine as hell. I remember I was in the Bronx and I went to get some lunch, and the police officers were on their lunch break and they came in like Irish looking and Italian and Hispanic, fine as hell. And they got flavor, not that wigger type of stuff, but that think of John B. flavor type of stuff. They just, I'm sorry. Like, look, yeah, southern white men will approach, but it ain't nothing like an up north white man. They totally different with their approach towards you. They hollering at you like in front of everybody, like it ain't nothing. Versus some of the southern men, they'll talk to you, but they're not as bold as those New York white men. That's just a fact. And the men in New York just look better. I mean, they don't all. There are plenty of fine men in the South, but the men in New York, a lot of them are very clean cut. They're not rolling around looking like they just walked off of a dirt road type of thing. They look like GQ, I came out from a magazine type of shit, running around type of thing. Okay? So, you know, I mean, I like all types of men no matter where I live. Whether I'm in the South or not, I'm attracted to clean cut men, whether he's white or black or whatever. Clean cut and confident. He like me, he gonna approach. That's what I like. Mrs. White 205. I thought I was the only one whose environment affects their mood. Like, if I were to look out my window and see a bunch of trash rolling around and sewers and crack roads and animals just walking around like I live in a slum, it would make me feel a little depressed a little bit. So, thank you, Lady Nubia. I like a nice environment. They used to refer to Hotlanta as the Black Hollywood. I'm not going to lie now. I find Atlanta to be very inspirational as far as black entrepreneurs. But it's like, damn, y'all got all this going on, but one of the highest HIV rates, like, and so many down low men are there. It's like, why did it have to be this way? Why? So many beautiful single black women in Atlanta because there's not enough men. I mean, if anything, it would be smart for straight men to go there and get a black woman as a wife and flood Atlanta. But it's just, and I've heard a lot of women saying they want to leave Atlanta because everybody's acting like they're on Love and Hip Hop or Love and whatever. Think they're on a reality TV show and so many liars and scammers and stuff coming on and everybody coming there. So I don't know, but I wouldn't mind visiting Atlanta. I definitely wouldn't mind. Okay. Mona's, I never understood some Caribbean women who come all the way to the USA, then find something for some dusty to join them, only for those boyfriends to get a green card and then dog them out. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. You have to be careful. Don't let nobody use you for no green card and stuff. Okay. I don't get why men in Atlanta are on the DL because there's so many, I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of pretty trans in there, a lot of pretty transsexuals. So you got a lot of men who willing to stick their eggplant in a man or a woman if it looks good to them. Okay. And you said, I don't understand why they're on the DL if so many men are already open, because they don't want to come out the closet. I was going to talk about it, how black women who cheer that Ghana has banned you being gay. I'm like, why? Banning men from coming out the closet doesn't benefit black women. They can come out the closet right now in America, and they still don't and give black women the most HIV. So how is banning them coming out the closet going to benefit you when you are getting hit the hardest with it in a country they're already open to coming out the closet and they still refuse to? And now you want to support, ban it. If this needs to be the U.S., is that going to make a difference to you? Because it hasn't. You're just going to make it worse, to be honest, supporting a ban of men coming out the damn closet. But a lot of black men don't want to come out the closet. They don't. And I don't think they ever will, half of them. They just going to keep digging in booty without protection and bringing, a number of them until black women start getting the GUN and taking them out for it. That's the only thing I see that might change something. Hey, Drina. Atlanta is Detroit Junior. Everybody I know live there. Wow. Okay. All right. So the first question, I covered hypergamy, marriage, femininity, self-preservation, mental illness, abusive relationships. One thing I know, a woman will never leave an abusive relationship until she's ready. Until she's ready. There's nothing you can do. You can preach to her all day long. When a woman gets tired and is ready to leave, that's when she'll finally make the moves to leave. Don't be, abuse is not just physical. A man putting you down. I mean, over the stupidest stuff, like you're cooking. I mean, if you're trying to cook, but he just disses you for no reason. Any man who disses you in front of people and in the house, like he picks on you, that's abuse to me. Why are you picking on me like some bully at a schoolyard? I'm your girl. I'm your girlfriend. I'm your wife. Why would you try to hurt my feelings and try to pick on me? That's abuse to me. Psychological games, when he pretends that he didn't do something he did when you confront him, and he tries to flip it on you like you're the crazy person, knowing what he did. So it's not just putting fist on you. It's a mental thing. Emotional abuse exists. And I say this, if you dread your man coming home, if you get happy when he leaves for work and you just don't, you're happy he's getting the hell out the house, or if you're around him and his energy and his presence just makes you sick, or you start feeling uncomfortable, like you have to walk on eggshells around him, he's not the one for you. If you start to hate sleeping with him, you don't even want him on top of you. You're not attracted. Dump him. Make moves for it. And one thing I know, you don't tell him when you're going to leave him, because that's how most women end up KILL. That's what happens a lot. I'm sorry to have to say it. Once you give some of them a warning, I'm leaving you, I want you to get your stuff and go, their tempers, you'll start seeing sides of them come out you didn't know. Their tempers, they'll start ruining your furniture. They'll start throwing things. They'll start hurting you. They might start beating you or KIL you. We see this all the time. Okay. Why are so many black women single? Because they only date black men and black men don't commit. And even when they are dating black men, it's not the love of their life. And he's not a good pick half the time. And they're not willing to date out their race. Now, I'm not saying every woman's perfect now. Some women have psychological issues and trauma and things they need to fix. Not everybody is a perfect partner just because you're a woman. You know, you might be a bitch, to be honest. You might have issues with you. But I know for a fact a lot are single because they're dating or want to only date a group of men who don't want to get married at large. A lot of black women also tend to, they'll say single, but they're effing somebody. They're living with somebody, he comes over their house, and they'll be involved with a man for years, 7 to 13 years without any marriage. It's ridiculous, you know? So if black women were smart, I mean, even if you don't want a white man, there's other men of color who have melanin, who look good, who aren't African-American black men, you know? And you're going to have to do your thing. You know, I've seen women, I'm sorry to say this, I've seen black women coming on YouTube and on talk shows talking about they can't get a man. Girl, you got a full-on bulldog cow nose ring through your nose. You don't wear a lick of makeup. Your eyebrows is jacked up. You don't put on lotion. You don't dress nice. And when you do dress, you're wearing something 3 sizes too damn small or 4 sizes too damn big. I can't even tell if you straight or a butch. I'm sorry to have to say that too. I've seen that a lot too. It's like, girl, I wouldn't even talk to you. Just because you're black doesn't mean that's why no one's talking to you. You are in competition with all women, baby. You're going to have to step it up and try to look like something. I'm tired of seeing busted black women coming up on here and on TV talking about they can't get a man representing us. And it's like, do you see how you look? But nobody can say that to them because now it's anti-black or bitch, you ain't all that who you are to diss her. I ain't dissing her. All women can improve. Even if you're not skinny, wear something that fits you correctly. Arch your fucking eyebrows. Put on some makeup, not crazy looking. Take that fucking big ass nose ring out your damn nose. Putting tattoos on your faces and your damn nails is 5 inches long or some damn baby hairs that look 5 inches. Girl, but you can't say this because now I'm an anti-black woman or I'm dissing. I ain't dissing because I see how beautiful a number of them are, but they fucking it up with how they coming out here looking. Sorry to have to talk like that. Come on. And I ain't perfect either. Every woman can improve. Even the woman you think might be the baddest woman can improve in something. But damn, I'm tired of seeing it because you can't tell some of these women this. Like you could attract more men black and not black, if you just had a makeover. And I'm not saying all of them, but a number of them. I've seen some of them like enough where it's concerning. And I'm like, girl, you need to represent. Because when I was, look, what I've been seeing, I'm like, come on now. You know, either the clothes are way too baggy or they're super tight spandex. See the whole ass print, tattoos all on their fucking necks now, on their titties everywhere, big ass nose rings. I don't know if you a stud or not. You got your locks done, but they raggedy as hell. You don't fix yourself up. You coming on dating apps looking like you just woke out the fucking bed and you trying to attract a man. When I went on a dating app, I had plenty of men hollering at me of all races. I don't bring my ass up on the looking bad. I'm going to make sure you see a dress where I'm in a pretty floral dress or something, hair done, makeup, a casual look, but still looking good, a sexy look. Maybe I might switch it up to a natural hair look and then this look. But I'm going to make sure I look my best. I'm trying to get a man. And you can't tell some of these women that you're trying to get a man, which is no shame in that. So you need to look good the best you can. And some of these women, these black women, be looking like, I've seen them on the Kendra G show. All of them be looking fucked up half the time. And I'm like, girl, why'd you bring your ass up on here for the whole public looking like this, girl? You trying to get a man. God, I didn't want to take it there. It's like I would never bring my behind on national TV on a dating show looking like what I seen. Trying to get a man. You ain't gonna catch me out like that at all. But to be fair, I don't know if she plans it. I think she just calls them and they just pop up on there unprepared. So if that's the case, I'm sorry. But some of these women don't know. Because some of them want the black man. They want the black man. And the black man running around talking about, I don't want no makeup. I don't want this. He's a liar. He don't want no ragamuffin. But they don't all know what they want. They want you to look decent enough where it don't look too fake and too crazy looking. But all men are attracted to a woman who puts some effort in and who looks feminine. You can be the sweetest little butterfly, cooking and cleaning. A lot of black women are like that, especially in the South. Going to take care of you and cook your ass up some cornbread and mac and cheese and take care of you and rub your damn feet. But she looks like she rolled off a damn dirt road. And that's why they can't pull no men, because you just look like you don't give a damn. And when you think you're doing something, you still look fucked up. Damn, I hate talking like this. But, you can't say nothing like that. I can look in self-reflection. Like, yeah, I plan on losing a little bit of weight. I'm not one of those women in denial about stuff. If I see a problem or something I can improve, if I can afford to, I make little efforts. And then if you don't look good, oh, it's because I'm black. Oh, you thought the other woman was cuter because she wasn't black. No, she actually looked better. You look like you just wake up and you don't give a fuck about nothing. I can't tell if you date women or men. Yeah, Ashley has good looking women that come on her show of all races. The women, but I think they might be prepared. I'm not sure, but they look decent. A lot of them. It makes me sick when I see black women coming on YouTube and on specials and on TV not giving a damn. You're supposed to be representing for us. Not, you know what I'm saying? But this is something I don't like to talk about because I think I sound mean or something, and I don't. It's just the truth. Like, yeah, I wake up, I don't look all put together. But before I leave this damn house, if I'm going out, I'm going to try to look decent. Because my mother always told me you never know who you're going to meet when you go outside. But I have days I don't give a damn. You just have days where you just want to, you don't give a damn about all of that. Men are liars, classy. They do love it. They love it. They just don't want it to look too crazy. And some of them don't want you to be fixed up because other men will look at you. What they want is for you to still look decent when you don't have it on. And that's just not reality for a lot of women. If you like hair down the back, what you want me to do? I don't have hair down my back, so I ain't got no choice but to get some weave. So if you like women with long ass hair, like literally down their back, like in the middle of their back, then you better go holler at them. They like the illusion of it, but they get mad at the illusion when they find out, oh, it's really not that long. Well, what the fuck you want me to do? My hair ain't gonna grow overnight. Shit, you know? But I ain't never really had no complaints. I'm just saying, men are full of crap. Because the same women they say not to look like, they're on their Instagram, they follow them, they cheat on you with them, they go to the strip club. They love a woman who looks like that. They are full of crap. They just don't want you to because they don't want another man to get you. And they don't want to have to pay for your upkeep. A lot of men, though, they have no right to make requests when they don't even have anything, most of them. I refuse to let a broke man tell me what I need to look like, and you can't even pay for my upkeep. Or you think I'm going to look like I came off a dirt road. I don't think so. You know? Like, I still look like me. I don't put on a whole bunch of makeup where it's like I don't look like the same person. But I can tell you this, I ain't never had no complaint fixing myself up. And my mom, she went out. I tell this story all the time. She went to an event and the married black men came up to my mom and said, I wish my wife would fix herself up like you. See, they be lying. You really think a man wants to sit down and look at his wife looking like she's looking like nothing? You really think that turn a man on? They full of crap. That's why they talk about going to younger women, because younger women tend to, some of them, fix themselves up a little bit more. They're full of crap. I'm telling you. Now, if you got a fat butt, yeah, you don't have to do anything. That attracts a number of men. Even if your face don't look all that, but you got a good body, you'll still have them all up over you and stuff like that. But men, I always say this, if you're a black woman and you want to date men not black don't care. They like makeup. So I don't know why y'all listening to what black men want, because if you want a man not black, they like to see you with your strappy heels and your feet done and your makeup on and your hair done nicely. They look at that. That's what they like. You ever notice non-black women are always wearing makeup and their hair is done and stuff? That's what they like. So I don't dress mainly for black men, because I know that non-black men like me looking like this too. And I like to look like this. So they want a black woman they can look at and go, damn, you know? Don't get me wrong. They embrace the natural look too. A lot of white guys, especially. But I ain't never had no complaint from a non-black man wearing my makeup and hair like this at all. At all. So, hold on. Oh, y'all talking about thin women trying to gain weight. Yeah, just eat some bread and rice and ice cream, I guess, some protein shakes, and just work out in the areas you want to keep small. You know, black guys, I can't take black men seriously about what they claim they don't want, because they contradict themselves. I know for a fact they like a bad looking black woman, and that usually ain't a woman who looks like she just rolled the fuck out the bed and didn't do nothing to herself. You don't see them approaching women like that. I rarely see it. They don't catch their attention on average. Not on average. You know. So, but they will date a woman not black who don't look like nothing. She can look like nothing and it's different all of a sudden with them. So, with a black woman, they critique you a lot more. It's like, if you won't take me, it's like, if you don't like makeup, then you act like it's permanent. Okay, she can take it off. They want to be able to like how you look without makeup, and that's fine too. I mean, that's pretty normal, I think. But I'm not going to an event out with you with a plain face. I'm sorry. And the black women I always see boasting about how I don't wear makeup, I don't do that. They ain't never got no man, half of them. Like, I don't do this and I don't do that. I don't do this. Yeah, and do men holler at you every day? No. Most of the time, no, they don't. You think you doing something. And then when they looking at the women not black who do fix themselves up, then you get upset because they lying to you. But then again, it don't matter what you do. Some of them just hate you for being black, period. It don't matter what the hell you do. Have I tried Beyonce's hair products? No. Do I have a favorite perfume? Yes. It's called Have Fun by Larive. It is very inexpensive and it smells amazing. You know, even if you don't wear a lot of makeup, I mean, if you have pretty eyes, a pretty eye shape, put on some eyeliner because it accentuates your eye. Put on some lip gloss with a little bit of pink or red or just a little liner with a little bit of lip gloss. Arch your eyebrows, but not crazy looking. You know, you don't have to pile on stuff to put a little bit of effort, you know, maybe a little pink lipstick or something, you know. But black men, the list is never ending, which is why we said long ago, black women are running a race you're not going to win. You're running in circles for a group of men who have a complaint for everything. Even if you do one thing, they're going to complain you're too fat. If you lose the weight, oh, but you have on a lash. That comes off in 5 hours. But you wore a lash. Oh, you have a weave. Oh, but I like hair down to the back. Oh, well, my hair doesn't grow down to the back. Oh, well, I don't like that. Oh, you're pretty and perfect. Like what happened on those Love is Blind shows. Oh, but your skin is too dark now. Even though you're perfect, I can't do it. Oh, you're nice, but your ass is not fat enough. Oh, you're really good, but you're so educated and you make way more money than me and you think you're better. Oh, you work, you don't need me. I guess that means I can't date you then because you can afford your own house. I guess I can't buy you a house. I gotta go. Oh, I make 20,000 or 30,000 and I don't do shit. But you don't listen to all that. You're not acting like a slave. You don't submit enough. I gotta go. It's just always something with them. That's why y'all are just giving yourselves a headache living your life to the black man. The black man always has a problem. Half of them. No matter what you look like as a black woman, a lot of them are just racist people. Let's just call it what it is. And mentally ill. They're mentally ill. And their energy will destroy you. A number of them. Like I said, it's already bad enough you have to hear them whine about white men all the time. I can't live my life hearing it forever. It's irritating. But yeah. Y'all know that I believe in the swirl for black women. I really do. And I'm not saying that men not black are perfect, but I think a black fool to only date black men in this day and age. You out your damn mind to me. So, but if you can't force nobody to be attracted to someone they're not attracted to. I don't try to force that, you know. I just wish black women well. I was talking to someone, Miss Gemini. But I won't go into detail about that. Okay. Self-esteem issues and travel. This is still the first question we're still on. That's on the screen. All women can suffer for self-esteem issues. I mean, no matter what. You might think someone looks perfect and I might be suffering with a self-esteem issue. I don't believe in shaming people with self-esteem issues because you're not experiencing what they're going through. Like people who shame women for getting a nose job or a boob job or a butt job. I don't believe in making them feel bad because just because you thought I looked good, it's not about what you thought. It's about how I felt. It's about what I wanted to fix, what I wanted for myself. And I don't believe I have to accept or like anything I don't like. You know how people say self-love? I hate hearing that word, to be honest with you. I hate hearing it. It irritates me. I can love myself the way I want to love myself. If I don't like something, I don't have to like it. I don't have to love it. And I know that's something that that's not what you're supposed to say, but that's how I feel. I don't have to like what you told me to like or what you feel I should like. I don't have to like anything you said to like if I don't like it. If I can afford to fix something I don't like, I can do it. So what? It's my money and it's what I wanted. So as long as I don't end up looking crazy, you know, I've never had an urge for facial surgery, to be honest with you. I'm just saying that I hear a lot of people always talk about self-love, but they don't go into detail on what the hell that really is. There's no real big explanation on what self-love is. You can accept something. That doesn't mean you have to like it. You can learn to accept it because you can't change it in some cases. That doesn't mean you have to like it. So people shouldn't be shamed because of something they don't like, because maybe they were teased about it. Maybe someone hurt them about it. Maybe it affected them in relationships. Something. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's pain is different. I believe coming to self-acceptance, I rather use that word of accepting certain things if I can't change them. You know? Self-esteem, though. I mean, the world can be cruel. That's why I never pick on black women who get BBLs. Even though I did show the video, there's a BBL smell, they say, from the fat excretions. I feel like this community put a lot of pressure on black women to have a fat ass, especially the black men. Now they want to turn around and act brand new because black women who feel insecure for not having a big butt get surgery. We know that's looked up to in this so-called community, and it attracts the men. Not only that, but sometimes you just want to take all the fat out of your waist or in other places and put it in your butt. You know, maybe you fill out a dress better and stuff. But it's dangerous. You got to be careful with that. But I don't like especially how black men are acting so brand new and trying to diss black women for BBLs, knowing damn well they always uplifted fat asses all the time. And then picked on you if you had a flat ass. So it's a bunch of bull crap. All women have issues. Black women are not exempt from that. I hate it. It's like they look up to us as some sort of, don't get me wrong, like, oh, other people can do stuff, but you're above it. That maybe a little bit, but not 100%. I'm still a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it all of a sudden if you do something, it's the end of the world? As if millions of women haven't been doing some stuff. I'm not a superwoman. You know what I'm saying? So men do not hate BBLs. Not if it looks good. I feel sorry for the black women who naturally have these asses, which a lot do. And it's like every time somebody sees a curvy black woman with a small waist and hips and a big ass, she's accused of having a BBL when that's actually her real body. I ain't never met a black man in my life that didn't like a fat ass. Or a Hispanic. Or an Arab. I ain't never seen it. So these men are full of shit. They wouldn't know anyway, unless you tell them. How would he know it's fake? Unless he sees some old pictures of me and I didn't have this body. Excuse me. How else would he know? They act like they know. They don't know unless that shit look crazy. You know, like the hips are real narrow and the ass is like humongous, looking crazy. Then you might can tell. But if it looks proportionate, they don't know. And they not complaining when they hitting it. A number of them. Oh my God, yeah. South African women, yeah, they have those bodies for real. Yes, I've seen it too on TikTok. Like them South African women, you know Sarah Bartman was South African. They have those bodies. So, would I get with a famous person? Yes. It don't matter to me. As long as he loves me and it's a real relationship. I don't care about them passport bros at large. I wish them well on finding their wives. Hopefully, they don't bring them the same problems they did in America. Interesting, they always brag about going to a third world because they know their money doesn't stretch in more developed countries. But they're getting a deal. They're rich over there. The woman's not black usually. And they feel more powerful and that they've escaped something. So I wish them well. Okay, the second question on the screen. Things you can do to love yourself more. For me, questions like this, the whole self-love thing, I think pouring into myself. For me, self-love, not taking on the stress of other people, not giving a damn about everything I hear. That's bad news all the time and taking it all in. I'm a lot more freer, not giving a F about hearing black men and women back and forth all the time. It's like, I don't give a damn, hardly. When I see those top podcasts, it's like, child, please. I ain't fighting for it. I don't care. Being free of that, self-love, going to the spa, getting my nails and feet done, taking a nice bubble bath, listening to some music I like, going for a walk, trying a piece of fruit or a meal that I love, maybe a little small glass of wine, going out to a shopping or something, petting my little fur baby. Things that just bring you joy. Things that bring you joy, and accepting that you can't help all people or change the world completely, and freeing yourself mentally from a lot of stuff. That can help you with self-love, loving yourself more, not putting up with abuse from people, not thinking you're obligated to certain people to have to put up with their shit all the time, whether they're related to you or not. Not going to the grave holding in how you felt about how someone hurt you, telling them how you feel so that I don't have to go around my whole life being upset and angry and having flashbacks constantly about what you did or something. No, telling them how you felt before I go to my grave. Those are ways to me to love yourself more. Would I marry a 80-something-year-old billionaire? Possibly. 85? Possibly. I would be concerned about the bedroom area, and if he's about to croak, I would like to enjoy my husband on earth some. Oh my God. Okay. Let's go to the third question. Let's see. Cerebral. How about your influence about damage and hurt black women trying to recognize the good men that try and enter their lives and make it better, and how to open up to them, basically focusing on the men that do love you versus the men always talking crap. Hold on. Could I date a man I'm not attracted to? I've done it before. I don't like it, to be honest with you. I could if there are other things that make up for it. He treats me nice. He takes care of me. He lays it down on the bedroom. I have a home. Yeah, I can get past it some. Oh, God. But it is good when you're attracted to the man. I mean, like I said, your mood is a little better. As far as looking at him, keep just smiling and touching him, It makes things better when you are both attracted to each other. I really feel that way. Can't stop touching him, you know. Even if I'm not, that's my man. I'm going to make my man feel good. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make him feel good. He going to feel like the king and all of that. He will. Okay. I just don't like it when he's not your type and he starts getting smart at the mouth as if, like, really? You talking to me like this? Really? Like, wow. Like, I can't believe this. Like, okay. So, all right. Recognizing the good men. I think more black women should do that. Like, one thing I hate, not just with men, I'll notice on TikTok how a black woman will have a lot of people in the comment section that are giving her compliments, and she'll make a video response to the one negative comment and make a whole video for everybody to see a black woman being insulted. Like, I'm not going to say I've never responded to a person, but I see that a lot where black women love to highlight people who diss them, to sort of make it look like, look at the black woman being talked down to again. Look at somebody's talking about how she looks or how she acts or this and that. And it'll be filled with people in the whole comment section who gave you compliments, but you had to just this one, it's like some black women can't get over when somebody talks shit to them. It's like I've seen people been talking shit so much online that it ain't nothing to me. Like in my comment section before, I don't care that much. Only if I want to make an example out of someone and what they said, I'll respond if I feel like it. But I don't take it to heart and really ingest it like that, like whatever, you know. But I see a lot of black women doing that. Like they love like to focus on the people that talk shit to them constantly, you know. I do feel that more men who uplift black women should get more support versus those who talk crap and get podcasts made on them and videos constantly. You know, I'm a content creator, so sometimes I will use those videos as a discussion or a lesson or to give my opinion. But, you know, it's nothing wrong with focusing on men who do love you and who do support you. There was one in this space who did, but then he ended up being a racist who had a problem with interracial dating. So I couldn't really support him like that because I'm not going to have you telling us who we're going to date and all of that. I don't think so. So, yeah, I think that once black women purge out the negativity a little bit more, things will get better, you know, like things will get better. I think the black woman's level up is threatening. I think that a lot of black men especially don't want to see it to where you get to a point where you're twirling in lily fields, just being your best self and not giving a damn about what they say. Because I see them doing that to black women saying, oh, you think you're a white woman. Mind you, this black woman had natural hair, dark skin, wore pretty floral dresses and was doing her little twirls and all of that in museums, totally happy. And they still were complaining and compare her to a white woman because apparently being feminine and twirling and just being a girly girl is white now. They still weren't satisfied. So it's like once the black woman gets in a space where you don't give a fuck about what black men really think at large, you're going to be a lot more happier. You got to get rid of the negativity and the haters. And once you get to the point where you're willing to embrace men not black in your life who will love you, I think you'll be a lot more happier. I really do. Okay. Let's see. Dating and marrying non-black men. The last question on this one. You know that I support that. Now, when I've covered stories of men not black who have harmed a black woman, they wanted to make it seem like, see, it still doesn't change that black women are murked the most by black men in this country. I never said you were going to get perfection. I said you would be dating men who come from a culture that believe in marriage a lot more if that's what you're seeking. You know, when you look, you have to think about bringing children into this so-called community. When you have a child, a black child, you're bringing them into a culture, and you have to look at it now on what it is. Do you want to bring your children into this culture the dominant culture, which you see. If you have any sense, you would be concerned. Do you you have to think about it. If you're with a black man and you have to live in a black neighborhood in the apartment and you have to work, what do you think is going to happen half the time? You're not going to be home. Your child's friends and peers are going to be the other children from the neighborhood who 50% of the time are degenerate, bad, love hip hop, disrespectful boys. And then if you keep him sheltered or them sheltered, you also F them up too from being social and hiding them from certain stuff. You just can't keep them locked up in the house. But that's the reality. And you're working. Will they have a tutor? Can you afford a tutor? And I hate to have to say what I just said as a black person, but I'm talking from my own experience growing up and the reality of what might happen to your child in this so-called community. The odds against them just being born into this culture of what it is right now. And I'm not saying there are no black people who don't raise good children. Half the time those children grow up in more better neighborhoods and access to more. So you have to think seriously about it. Hold on. Cerebral, have you noticed that foreign men bring a different energy than American men? Oh, yeah. They tend to be more friendlier, a number of them, in my opinion. They really like it, too, when you know something about their country. I notice that a lot. They love it. A lot of non-black men they're still men, but there are some differences. And not every culture is always the right culture either, just because it's not black. If you have a problem with the mother ruling every damn thing like she's effing your man, which does exist with some cultures, that's going to be a problem. If you have a problem that in his culture, the kids are supposed to take care of their parent when they get older, which is common in some Asian cultures, that might be a problem. If you have a problem that your husband might try to arrange your daughter to be able to get married at a certain age, that might be a problem. And it all depends. Every culture is different. I expect you to evaluate his culture like you would anybody else. And some will tell you the truth and some of them might lie to you. Oh, we don't do that. We don't do this. Then you get with them and they doing it. I had that happen before. So you have to be careful, period. But I see so many black women in America marrying Americanized, especially non-black men, who they still practice their cultural events like, certain things, holidays and stuff, and wearing the traditional stuff, and the wife will wear it and all that. But everyone's experience is different. Everyone's experience is different. You'll have women who'll try to fearmonger you into not dating these men not black, as if you ain't been getting your ass kicked and disrespected by all the black men you dated. It's like, don't talk to me about non-black men, and every black man you dealt with wasn't shit either. So what's the harm in trying something else? It's not like the black men treated me any fucking better. So it's just the luck of the draw, I guess, of who it's going to be. May the best man win. But if I don't want a case of not without my daughter type of thing. Y'all seen that movie? Like, I need to know, like, what do you expect? We're joining each other's culture. I'm American. I am American. Or is he Americanized? Does he like America? What are certain things you do see from your women that you expect? What's in your culture? You want his mother to like you and his family. Of course, you naturally do. If they're racist, I'm sorry, I'm not going to marry my man because you racist. He better have the balls to check him, or if he got to cut him off, because I'm not with it. Don't let your family disrespect me. I'm not with it, period, no matter who he is. I'm not saying every family member will like it. Even in your black family, you have racist people. I know for a fact I have some in my family that wouldn't like me with certain. It's weird though, because some of the men in my family, they talk to women not black, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be with who I want to be with. But it's like, no, I'm not tolerating that from my family members either. You will not disrespect my husband or my boyfriend because he's not black. I'm not tolerating it. The same way I don't want him to tolerate it from his family. Maybe y'all talk that crap when we're gone, but you will respect my partner. And don't try to use my partner because of who he is or whatever, but you don't like his people. That happens too. If he's established and he's not black and they don't even like his people, but I need a favor. I need this. I need that. You don't even like my husband. You don't even like his race. Don't come to us with that. Do I like men who can cook? Oh, it's definitely a plus. Even though, I get a little nervous with men cooking a little bit. Just a little. I hope he's clean and all that. He know what he doing. Okay. So let me go to some more questions. And I'm looking in the chat as well. Okay. Oops. Hold on. Okay. All right. Another topic was also waiting to have children, enjoying your youth, and focus on getting established. What's my opinion about that? Like I said before, a woman can't go back in time and have children. We have a time limit, and it's not 25. You can have a baby at 40. But how many can you have after that? It's realistic. Having children, you have to decide if you want children, but you want to have children with the right person. Any woman can get pregnant. It don't take anything to get knocked up at all. A lot of men will do it for you. They'll do it and then want to walk away or make an agreement or something. It's not hard. You can go to a sperm donor and have a baby. But waiting to have children is not bad because it's a life decision. You're joining your DNA with a man forever. You're stuck to him forever. So if you don't like that man, if that man ended up being a butthole, you have to see his face if he's involved with the baby. You're stuck to him through DNA with that son and daughter. They might even come out looking like him and you can't stand them. That's no reason to abuse the children. Okay? Don't do that. I'm just saying it's not a small thing. You're talking about stretching your stomach, getting more stretch marks, your titties getting bigger and nipples getting bigger, having a huge afterbirth and all types and all that stuff, and screaming to the top of your lungs, having your vagina torn apart. That ain't no little thing. That's a big deal to give that to somebody. Nearly end up in the grave. When you give birth, you have one foot in the grave. A lot of women don't make it. Can't breathe. All types of stuff. So who you have kids with is a big deal. If that man is a no good man, that's the father of your kids. If that man don't have nothing, you got kids. Your kids ain't gonna have nothing. You gonna suffer. He might start abusing you. Okay? Having children is a big deal. But the older you get, it's like, well, damn, I do want to have kids, or maybe I don't want to have kids, but I have to, after menopause, I won't be able to. Or if I have health issues in that area. That's a big thing. You can be a career woman, and I know women don't like to hear this, but you need to decide if you want children and date, not one man for 7 years. It don't work. No. What are you looking for? Because you cannot go back in time and make a baby. Once it's over, the chance is over. Unless you froze your eggs or something and get a surrogate, which costs a lot of money. Okay. Yeah, some women lose their teeth. I saw women on TikTok who lost their teeth, which concerns me. because the baby takes everything from you, all the calcium, everything. And a few women lost their teeth, fell out when they were pregnant. So women sacrifice a lot to bring men's children in. And a man needs to recognize how serious and special that is. It's not like going to get some coffee, you know? Classy says have kids before 35. Well, I don't know how I feel. I mean, I used to say I would fall into a depression and I think I wouldn't want to live on earth if I couldn't have a baby. That was all over. I used to think like that, like what's the point of me living if I don't have a child? Now I feel a little bit differently. And I think I might be okay if that doesn't happen. But at one point I was suicidal at the thought of not having one. But not anymore. Not anymore. Okay. All right. So, I mean, I could have a baby. I've been offered a baby. It's not hard at all. But I don't want to just have and what if I end up with a son and I'm a baby mama with no man? It's going to be fucked up. I already can imagine it. Child, no, I can't, no. So, I think about all those things. Lord, okay. But reality sets in. If you're going to have kids or not, you think about their health. You want to have a healthy baby. You have people who scare you like, well, you're not. You're of a certain age. Your child might end up like, it's like scary. Seriously, it doesn't mean it always happens. Okay. All right. Jay, though, okay, you said I saw in a video one man was saying a woman had a smell because of her BBL. It didn't stop him from hitting it, though. He has no knowledge of science of fat melting and smelling. Yeah, but some cases it's not even just the fat. Some of these women don't wash their ass. They got a big old ass and they're not opening it up and washing it. You got a lot of women who are funky out here, but nobody can say that. They always say, it's what you're eating. It's your pH. No, you don't fucking wash enough. You don't wash right. Open your damn butt up with a wash rag and some soap and water and rinse it out. And more than once, at least twice a damn day, especially you got a man, girl, and you got that big old butt too. Please. So I'm just saying, anytime somebody bring it up, oh, it's pH. No, she might not be washing her ass correctly or enough. Let's just be real. That does happen. Okay. Cerebral. Many women have children young and are struggling and unhappy. Yeah, a lot of women thought having a baby, oh, the baby is so cute. And they are. And then they realize how hard it is, how much daycare is, how much they need to pay rent and to have food on the table. Them kids start talking and start acting bad. You ain't got no help. You ain't got no man. And now your so-called community is calling you a whore and dissing you and saying not to date you, don't marry you because you got a baby. Then you don't have a baby. Why you ain't got no kids? Oh, you hit the wall. You're too damn old. Oh, you aborted them. Oh, you ain't no good. Oh, yeah. Always something. Let's see. I don't have kids. And some man might say, why you ain't got kids? What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me. I haven't, it ain't nothing. Why I got something got to be wrong with me? You have some men who talk and think like that. But then they claim they want women who don't have children. Okay. Can I talk about body dysmorphic disorder? I have 2 friends who suffer from this. A friend who thinks she's fat, but she's skinny. And a guy who thinks he's ugly, but I guess he's not. Lord. Well, this is a real thing because how I see myself is not the same as someone else. And it is a mental disorder when somebody is skinny and they're seeing all this weight. I mean, you got to get psychiatric help for some of that, a therapist help with some of that. Hey, and you don't stop. I mean, you can tell them all day long, baby, you're getting too thin. I need you to get a little bit of weight. But in their mind, they're just like, no, do you see this fat on the side of my arm? Do you see that? They won't be satisfied until they're satisfied. As far as your friend who thinks he's unattractive, I mean, maybe to some people he is, but to some people who isn't. It's, you can't make him think he looks cute if when he looks in the mirror, he doesn't like what he sees. I don't know how to fix something like that. I mean, he just has to end up with a partner that thinks he's fine and tells him that he's so fine, you know? Sometimes therapy is needed, professional help for some of that. Okay, hold on. It's the same thing again when I say you don't have to love everything. Like maybe I don't like something and someone says, it's fine, it's nothing, but you don't deal with what I deal with psychologically. You don't know if I've been teased about something. You don't know how it affects me versus something you're going through that I'm not experiencing that bothers the hell out of you, you know? So the whole self-love, self-acceptance of certain things, you just can't fix or change. And not always giving a damn about it. And it's like, don't date people who make you feel like crap, especially about stuff that you are insecure about. Maybe they don't know and they bring it up and they pick on you or they say something. Like, you don't want a partner who picks on you. They're not your friend. You can't be my man if you're not my friend. You're supposed to be my comfort space, my friend, my lover, my love of my life. If you make me feel like crap, you talk to me like crap, you talk to me in a way I wouldn't let a person off the street talk to me, then no, it's not going to work, And your partner, even if you don't like something, sometimes you get past it, but you don't make your partner feel bad about it because you chose that person. And if you love them, it ain't even that big to you. Certain stuff ain't that big of a deal that people think is, Can you talk more about Black women solo traveling to other countries? I see this a lot. There's some Facebook groups of Black women who solo travel, and they're like, oh my God, girl, I can't believe you went to this country. I mean, places you don't even hear about. Like, oh my God, I would be scared to death, and they tell you what it's like. You just got to be careful because hostile and kidnapping, all that exists, especially when they find out you're American. I've heard people say, don't say you're American, say you're Canadian. If somebody asks you, you just got to be careful. Solo traveling is not bad, but sometimes you don't want to go to the local places all the time. It depends on the country. Research where you are going and listen to Black women travelers on here and on TikTok. Now, every Black woman's experience is not all the same, but it can help you. Okay, be prepared. Like if you go maybe to Egypt, I don't hear too many bad things. I wouldn't go certain places by myself late at night. Stay at your hotel. Okay, watch your drinks if you meet a man, or even watch waiters and make sure nothing's put in your drink. If someone keeps asking, where are you from? Where are you from constantly? Like a crazy person, I would watch out for that. Check your hotel room behind closets and stuff. Make sure there's no secret spots. Be careful. You just have to be careful no matter where you go. Cerebral. Do you mind if your man is jealous a little bit? No. I kind of like knowing he cares and gets jealous over me. I mean, I don't want it to be crazy, though. I don't want it to be crazy jealous, but I kind of like it to know that he cares. I don't want him to be controlling, though, but I do like to know you give a damn and that you don't want another man to have me. That's important for me to know. So, yeah, I do like it a little bit, but not hardcore jealousy where it's really a problem and I feel like you might be really abusive or something. Because I get jealous, too. I don't get crazy jealous, but I've gotten jealous, like I don't want that woman looking at you. I don't like that. Stop flirting with, no, I don't know. That's my man. No. I okay, how tall am I? I'm 5'9". I'm 5'8.5", but I say I'm 5'9" because once I put on shoes and stuff, I'm basically 5'9". So I know I don't mind if he kind of jealous, but I don't want him strongly jealous. I like my man protective over me. He want to protect me like I'm the princess, the queen, and I'm fragile, and he don't want no man disrespecting me. And yeah, he get a little bit jealous. I mean, what woman don't kind of like that a little bit, but not crazy though, not that bad type of jealous. Okay. I heard some men talking, and the consensus is that they don't feel obligated to sexually satisfy a woman, then get the hell out of my face, especially if they pay for things. What kind of man feels like a man knowing that you can't make a woman satisfied? Like, why would you want a woman to have to about you to her friends or to herself, like, and is miserable? Like, I would think a man's pride and ego was that you had her hollering and it was real and that she can orgasm or something. I would think that would make a man feel like the king of the world, that you actually could get a woman to be pleased. Like, if you just want a woman to lay there or fake moan, that's sad to me. That's really sad to me. I heard about Jesse Lee Peterson saying women don't orgasm. Yeah, men who can't hit it right or don't know what they're doing and don't know they're a woman or don't try to. Basically, men who suck in bed. Now, sometimes it's hard for a woman to have that happen because of our bodies, but at least try satisfy the woman. You got to have foreplay, intimacy, all of that matters, not just getting on the woman and it's like, no. And I don't like no man like that. I like a man who cares about his woman and his woman's needs, and we both do. We both love each other and can't keep our hands off each other. Do I think Jason Momoa is hot? No. When he was younger, yes. But the way he looks rough now and like all dirty, no. It seems like some women frown on single women. Some of them do, but they have to understand the country we're coming from. A lot of these people in other countries have more intact relationships and marriages and hooking up to get married versus America. America is the land it's like you're just thrown to the wind here, in my opinion. It might be easier for some other cultures, but the black culture here in America, our so-called community with marriage, it's like you're a man and you don't even want to be a man, or like just lost in the wind. That's kind of the best way I can describe it. Am I a Democrat or a Republican? I'm an independent. But I like both of them. But I also don't like both of them too. It's a mixture. Let's see. Yeah, men who don't care about their women being satisfied suck. They're bad in bed. They suck. You can never call yourself a king or the best if you can't try to lay that down at all. Selfish lover is the worst thing you can get. And I guarantee you every man would agree who has a woman like that. Don't no man want no woman, excuse me, that's a selfish lover. So why should I want it too? Are you crazy? Okay. How can we help little black girls when it comes to their self-esteem and worth? I have a whole video about that. Do I believe in love? Yes. I also find that love is hard. Love exists and it's very hard to get as well. True love. The man has to want you. If he doesn't want you, it's not, what can you do? You're not going to have it if he don't want you. Little black girls with self-esteem and their worth, how can we help them? complimenting them. And it has to be the men too. Because I can tell you this, you can compliment your children all day long. When they become of age, it's not the same. They need it from the opposite sex. It's just what it is. Because you're not sleeping with them eventually. You know what I'm saying? So compliments, letting them be girly girls, allowing them to cry, validating their feelings, expression, but also correcting them from bad behavior, their worth, showing them black women who marry good men of all races, not brainwashing her early. Stop trying to make her into a damn race soldier and putting her worth behind everybody else's and being a mule, telling her the truth. Do I prefer gold or silver? I like both. I like both. I actually used to prefer silver a lot more. I like gold more now, but I would say both. Okay. Talk about the black family and households in the lower income communities and solutions to the problem. They know black people know the solution. They say it every day. They just don't know it. The solution is opposite of all the problems. Out of wedlock is a problem. Stop having out of wedlock kids. You want to have sex? Well, you better get on birth control or use a condom or pick very carefully who you sleep with. Because he has a baby maker, sperm, and you have eggs. And if you're going F, there's always a possibility of being pregnant. Living in reality. You cannot make these men marry their baby mamas. They refuse to do it because half of them don't even love these women. They was just hitting it or dating her. And they make up any excuse not to marry. There is no big solution anymore. I mean, the solution is the opposite of the problems, but they don't listen. And because most of them don't listen, I no longer care as much at all. Like-minded black people need to get together who are pro-black and stop obsessing over swirlers and go get your community together, which they refuse to do. They just talk and talk and talk. So I don't take most of them seriously. They whine and talk and talk and talk. It's like, how many times you going to keep saying the same problem for another 30 years and you still haven't stopped? Because in reality, there will be black people who are doing the things that you think is detrimental. That's not going to change. So get with the ones who are like you. If I had a $20,000 shopping spree, what would I get? Oh my God, that's hard. That's hard. I would get a certain little car that costs maybe $3,000. I would, oh God, this is hard. I don't know. Because I honestly don't want to just waste it on shopping. I actually want to keep some of the money. Like I would maybe even start one of my businesses with some of that money. I like masculine men, Paul. I don't like feeling like I'm the man. But I also don't like men who think being masculine is treating a woman like a dog. I like romance, respect. I like to be courted. I love intelligent men who can hold a conversation. I like clean-cut men. I like strong men, protect me, compliment me, a gentleman, sexy, knows how to romance, pleases his woman, patient, can get along with other men, not hot-tempered. I like a strong man. I like a man. I want to feel like he's my man, I can be my dainty self around him, and he makes me feel like a baby. I love affection. I don't want to be with a man who won't hold my hand, who won't kiss and stuff. I don't like that. I don't like cold-blooded men. I'm not dealing with it. I don't like, if I date a black man, I don't like him to be color struck. And I'm not talking about, I don't want those comments about anyone's skin color. Like he has to point out someone's color, whether they're dark or light, make those sort of comments. I've seen that. It irritates the shit out of me. I hate black people like that, period, actually. They just irritate me. So, yeah, I don't want one of them. Like if I dated a dark-skinned man, which I have, if he has a problem with light-skinned men, I can't fuck with him. I'm not doing it. I don't like super arrogant men. That really pisses me off. Because it's just snooty and super, super arrogant. Men who can't take correction. Men who they listen to a woman, but they don't listen. Like if I say something, I'm trying to talk to you, you take it as I'm nagging you. And I'm not nagging you, I'm expressing myself to you so you can be a man and fix the problem and step up. Like if you see the house is about to be foreclosed on and I'm telling you what you need to do so we don't get put on the street. It's not, you're a woman, shut up. No, you need to listen so we don't get put out on the street. Like sometimes the woman is smarter than the man. And most men can't accept that. But that does happen. I don't like a man so caught up in his ego he can't even admit when he's wrong. He's too prideful to just say sorry to the woman he loves. I like a man who's not ashamed of sharing his feelings with the woman he loves. Pillow talk, private things, being a sweet, sweet baby. I mean, you gotta baby him sometimes. Kiss on him, wiggle his little ears and, tell him he cute and all that stuff and baby your baby. I mean, he's not a baby, but he's your baby. You know what I'm saying? Men need that sometimes. You're dating him, he need, baby him a little bit, but not in a bad way where he's not being a man. Affection, kisses, and wiggle on him and stuff. But some men, they start feeling icky, like, but they like that shit. They do. Don't be fooled by it. And then they get turned on. I don't have to go into detail. Hold on. Most of these baby mamas out here say the man wanted her to have the baby. That happens a lot. Especially if they think she's cute and they want to trap her. Like, I gotta put my genetics with this woman. She's cute. I'm gonna have a pretty baby. Oh my God, I wanna dominate her. I need to put my seed in her. Oh my God, I need to see her gut full of me. Oh my God, I gotta dominate her. Oh my God, she's having my baby. Oh, I've planted my seed. I've accomplished a manly duty. Okay. How do we get rap music out of our culture? Stop listening to it. Stop going to their concerts, because most of them rely on concerts now. Or you need to make public statements about how you feel about it, because people don't know. They think all black people like hip hop. They really think this. They don't know some of us don't like some of it because we don't talk about it enough. You have to do them the way they did R&B music, damn it. I don't like what happened with R&B, but Money Long is bringing R&B back. It's going to take an effort of millions of black people to get rid of hip hop, because hip hop is global now. Global. You got people not even black doing hip hop now. So it's going to have to take a shunning of millions of black people to get rid of it. And I'm sorry, I don't see that happening. I don't. What is my feelings on Trump's sneaker campaign? I didn't know it was a sneaker campaign, though. I heard he did have a sneaker, but I'm like, you can't get my vote from sneakers. I don't even wear sneakers unless I'm going to work out or for a walk. Every now and again, if I want to dress down, but it's not common for me to wear sneakers. He gonna have to come better than that with a sneaker campaign. Cerebral. I like to dream about what I would do if I won the lottery. Well, I would buy a house. I would buy a house, pay off my debt. It's a lot I would do. I wouldn't spend it all. I wouldn't spend it all and waste it like I've seen those horror stories of that happening. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. Can you discuss the post of black men saying that his wife to be did all these things for him, and this is why he's marrying her? I don't know what that story is about. And this was a long time ago, this topic. And this is the last of the topics on the screen. How far can black women talk about black history and culture, specifically Blackistan issues, with their non-black men? You know what? It's a mixture, because you do have some men not black that when you talk about black people, they might get offended and think, oh, you're talking down your people, but they don't know what really is going on. Then you have those who know what's going on because they see it on the news, and they actually look down on black men, a lot of them. So they know what the hell is going on. Like at the corner stores and stuff, they see it all the time. So my thing is that I wouldn't want to get in a relationship with a man not black and complain about Blackistan all the time. I've escaped Blackistan. I don't live in Blackistan anymore. He can't fix Blackistan. So I've heard of black women. You got some pro-black women who are trying to go to non-black men, and they don't even really want to be with them. They talk about black issues constantly. They think their non-black man has to join them to protest and shit because they're still on that race soldier crap. He has to advocate and do this. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind having a non-black man partner who understood the plight of black women and stood up, or just stands up for what's right, period, and he understands history. But I don't suggest going into a relationship with non-black men and complaining and whining all the time about black issues. It's like you should have stayed in Blackistan. You should have just stayed dating black men if you're going to keep going on and on about them. Because in his mind, he might think, do you really want me, or you really want a black man? That's all you keep talking about. Or black this and black that. It's okay to love who you are, but I don't live my identity in my life being so-called black. That's not my identity, like I see so many people do on social media. Like, I'm a human being. I'm an American. Yes, I'm classified as black in this country. Yes, I know about racism and all that other stuff. But it's like, he can't save Blackistan. He can't fix Blackistan. And that's not really his problem like that. And plus, you dating him, and maybe y'all live in a different neighborhood. You don't have those problems of Blackistan no more. So let it go. Let that race soldier crap go. That doesn't mean that when an injustice happens, you can't say anything or stand up for it. But I don't live my life to be a mule for the black people and activism and all this other shit all the time. I talk about it, but it's not my identity, you know? Okay. So would I buy a private jet if I had money? Maybe. But my pilot better be the best pilot in the world that's running it. Yeah, Jay. I didn't date nobody that pick on me because that ain't right. You ain't my friend. Especially if you were bullied when you were little and now I gotta date a person bullying me. Hell no. Hell no. So plus, no, I don't like to date men who think we're like completely equal. I don't want to be treated like I'm lesser, but when he like talks to me like I'm one of his homeboys and you can be mean to me or you don't understand that I'm a woman and I'm more fragile. I'm more softer. You got to be careful. I don't like a man who really I'm a woman. I need a man who understands that I'm a woman. You know, I'm a flower. I'm a flower, and I don't want a man who thinks being affectionate with me is no. Hell no. I remember I was dating a black guy. This was like a decade ago. And I really was feeling him. I was kind of head over heels, and I'm not always affectionate, but we went out to the supermarket and I had him by the arm and just like this, and we were in the aisle and I was hugging on him, and I noticed the black women were looking like, and the black man looking like, cause you don't always see black couples out like that, like really affectionate type of thing. And I didn't care because I was so like happy at that time. But he ended up being really no good. But I was happy at that moment. And, hugging, doing this and all that. So, um, okay. Would you talk about, hold on, the kind of jealousy when somebody else looks interested, he blames you. Yeah, I don't like that because you know I look good. So why are you mad somebody else know I look good? And why are you taking it out on me? You must have given him some eye winks or something. Nah, that's an insecure man. Like, you chose me because you thought I was cute. So why are you shocked or upset because another man thinks I'm cute? Like, you should be happy knowing, look what I get to go home with, and you can't. That's like the type of man who blames you if you get raped. Like, I don't date men like that. Okay. Also, cerebral, talk about wanting to have children, enjoying your youth, and focus on getting established. Ladies, remember, if you get pregnant and you don't have a job and stuff, you're going to be broke. You ain't going to have what you need. Half your life is almost over. Not all the time, but it definitely affects your life if you have children too early. It affects your dating life. I'm sorry to have to tell you this. Whether the man's black or not, it does affect shit. Okay? There are men with children who'll date women with children, but, you're young. It can hinder you from doing things you want to do in your life, traveling, having money because all the money goes to the baby. Then half the time, the men don't marry you when you're young and pregnant. So it's like a continued cycle over and over again. I don't know why a lot of black girls would want to be baby mamas with how the black community talks about you, the men especially. Podcast after podcast ripping your ass apart in front of everybody. I would be like, you know what? You'd be lucky if you ever have access to my womb and I bring one of your seeds forth. Black women need to put their foot down and really show their power. Like, okay. Because a lot of these dudes do not even deserve the right for you to have your vagina split open and bringing their babies out. Hell no. And some of these men are very unstable mentally, and you have to really think about who you have children with. Okay? All right. Let's see. Hold on. Last question. I wonder if the people who asked me this going to see this video, because it was a while ago. Okay. Can you talk about, again, body dysmorphic? I talked about that. Okay. So. So we are still live. I hope I answered these questions good. I hope I did. I hope I gave good answers. Okay, many times the men who know how to do it right are lacking in other important things. Yeah, they do. Because they think, I could lay it down. I ain't got to do nothing else. Because a lot of men think, once I get her nose open, if I could do that, if I can lay it down in that area, then I got it all. And I'll be honest with you. A man who can make a woman orgasm is dangerous in a good way, because a lot of women can't. And a man who knows what he's doing, a woman will lose her mind behind that man. She will give up her wallet to him. He can beat her. He can keep having other women over and over, but it's so good. It's not common to find a man who can do it. So women will latch on to him because it's like, I got to go back out there and date. Most of them can't do it. I mean, he was the first and probably the only one. I mean, I can't let him go. What am I do? You know? No one ever did this to me. I can't let him go. And then sometimes some women are just so lonely for companionship that they'll stay with the man because they don't want anyone else. Maybe they had problems dating and couldn't get anyone, and maybe he keeps them company. He gives them compliments. You know, she comes home not to an empty house. Sometimes you have some women, especially when they get older, where they just don't mind the companionship, even though they're not completely compatible. They just like to come home to somebody. And I think there are men like that too. I heard about that man, Jay, talking about he ain't going to spoil his daughter because she'll expect a man to do it. You're damn right. My dad, why should I date you if my own daddy could give me what I needed and you can't? And my daddy stepped up to give me what I needed as far as, financially what I needed. And you can't do it what my daddy did? They say get a man like your father. That's what they say. Okay, you said, I think you shouldn't deprive little girls. They have to know what it is to be pampered. Sometimes, even put on a pedestal. Those little girls won't be used by the cheap, abusive dusties. You do. They say your first love is your dad, and sometimes it's not. But it's like, you do need to feel love. Your father shows you, he should show you love. You don't sleep with your father, but, compliments. You got to tell your daughter she's pretty, uplift her, tell her what not to put up with, tell her the game about men, talk to her, school her, pour into her. She has to look up to you, her protector. If I don't feel you're my protector, you failed. I'm sorry, you just did. Like you're my daddy and I don't even feel protected by you. You go through life not feeling protected by men. It's like my own daddy didn't protect me. You know how depressive that is to think, so, stop sleeping around. I would tell them to be careful with your womb. I will not tell her to stay in a miserable relationship if she's not being satisfied. A lot of men don't understand that women don't always move on to man because you want to, but the man wasn't pleasing you. Even in the bedroom, I can't stay with you. I can't do it. I'm not happy. You got to make up for it. You have to make up for it if you can't do that. Because if you treat me bad, you suck in bed, you're cheap, you're not even my type in the face, you got a smart mouth, your hygiene might be off. It's like, what's the point? Men would never stay with a woman who couldn't satisfy them. Jay, I'm telling the truth. How many men do you know that would stay with a woman that couldn't make him have an orgasm, that he couldn't stand sleeping with? Most men are not staying with women they don't like. That ain't common to me. So why are women expected to suffer? And he's not even that nice of a person, and I'm not even enjoying it, sleeping with you? That's just horrible. Little Bit says a spoiled girl will not grow up being a bitter woman. I don't fully agree. Like, your father might spoil you, but if you date men who treat you like shit, you can still end up bitter. I mean, your father might have been decent, but the men you actually talk to were not like your father. They're not even on the level of your father. Oh, sis, they are married to those women. Yeah, but they cheat on them all the time. Like, I don't get men who marry women who don't perform certain things that they need, that they want. Some stuff is too freaky deaky, okay? But some basic stuff is like, why did you marry her? You knew damn well you needed that and wanted that. Why did you marry a woman who don't do that? I don't have to say what it is. You should have married a woman who doesn't. Now you're miserable and going out to prostitutes now for it, or somebody across the street. All right. Compatibility is personality, bedroom. It's everything. It's everything. And that's why relationships are failing, because a lot of people are with people they're not compatible with down to the bedroom. A lot of women just aren't vocal about it. It kills a woman in the inside to have a horrible sex life with her man. Believe that. He can make up for it sometimes on how he treats her and how he pampers her. And when you love the man, you just love making love to him, to be honest, sometimes. You do. It's very intimate and special. You love looking at him and touching him and him doing, I ain't gonna go into detail, but, you know, okay. So, any more questions before I go? I mean, a man really makes you feel like a woman when he makes love to you. When he dominates you in that way. I don't know about y'all, but you feel like a woman. Like, look at him, he's dominating me. Oh my God. All that stuff. I can't even go into detail right now. My God. It's the most primal thing, and just him totally dominating you and feeling like a woman and in his arms and him taking over you and just all that stuff. I always wondered, why do the wives suffer in silence? Because they're scared. Why not tell other women so we know how to navigate better? Because they're taught, especially in other cultures, you can't even, I've heard so many women say their mother didn't even talk to them about their menstrual cycle, let alone SCX, and you need to wash before you have SCX, usually, or something. They don't tell them none of that stuff, or the smells, or like if the man's not clean, or circumcision, the smell from that if he doesn't wash himself, and bacteria and discharge, what color it should be. A lot of women don't even talk to their daughters about that. So they think this is taboo, or I have to keep it to myself. You got a lot of men, their ego. If you tell them I don't like how you did this, they start getting an attitude or getting embarrassed by it and stuff. Or, they feel, some women feel like, hey, I married him, I can't say nothing now. It's like ridiculous. It's all about communication. You should be able to talk to your partner about what pleases you and what doesn't. Now, if it's something real freaky deaky, I don't have to go into detail. I mean, I need to know ahead of time, because I ain't into certain freaky deaky stuff, certain levels of certain freaky deaky. I ain't gonna say what that is, but you need to know how important that is to them. Like, well, you might have to see another woman, because I don't do that, type of thing. I'm not gonna say what that is right now. I'm not. Okay. It ain't nothing, or it ain't a low level freaky deaky. It's big freaky deaky. I'm not going to go into detail about it, though. Okay. Oh, thank you, No. Thank you. So, I'm a Libra woman. It's written in the stars. I'm about my man, if he acts right. And I love life on all levels. It's magical and wonderful. And there's no complaints he would ever have with me. So, I thank you all for joining me. I hope you all take care. I'm happy to answer your questions, and I'll be back. If you are new, please make sure you hit the bell. If you need to reach out to me, my email is in the description box. So if you hit the bell for all notifications, click all notifications so you know when I'm live, when I'm uploading. Check out my shorts. And if you're new, welcome to my channel, baby. And if you would like to support me, my Cash App is up there. I've greatly appreciated you all.